recording, just so I have a recording here. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to show you what it looks like first on this area over here. So like I'm going to show you how it looks and what the students look like whenever it's submitted, and then I'm going to show you how to build one. So I've pre-made a Cami assignment, and it's called a loaf of croutons. And right here, this is what it looks like. I've even put comments over here that tells the students to highlight the vocabulary words as they find them. And I gave some examples. And so these are my highlighted words that I did to show them an example. And then at the end of the story, I even pre-made typing templates here so that they could actually just click and type. They don't have to figure out how to create their own text box. And then I also created these little circles that they should be able to drag over into whichever it belongs, true or false. So I had a student come in and I had them submit. And so when your students have submitted, they have a little submit button in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay.
And if I click on speed grader, I used Brandon Chitty's child. So Asher Chitty has turned this in, and you can see, I can still see, it looks like we're both on the worksheet at the same time. And so you can see that he started highlighting his own, and it even says if I hover over it, it has AC showing his initials, whereas the ones that I highlighted, pre-highlighted, show CM. And then if I scroll down, I can see the answers here. And, you know, if I said that maybe yeast wasn't the correct answer, I could mark on the page. So I could click drawing and I could say, you know, not correct. I could even leave a comment right here and say, you know, try again. And then what's nice is they get to have all of this information. So if I wanted him to resubmit it, I can actually tell him, hey, you know, I made some corrections. Please go back and then resubmit it. I can download it, print it. There's all different kinds of things that I have up here. But today I'm going to show you how to take a worksheet that you already have. So I'm going to take this Valentine's Day Chocolates Mystery. And I'm going to show you how you can remove the answer key from the worksheet. And I'm going to show you how to then put it together and maybe put some comments on it as well. So you have to, you can have the worksheet either in your Google Drive or you can have it on your computer. And so to split the answer key from it, you're going to just go to Cami, and then I'm going to click split and merge. And it's going to say, okay, well, what do you want to split? What document do you want to split? So I'm just going to go to my Google Drive. I think that I saved it on my Google Drive, or I might not have. I might have only had it on my computer. But let's say I just want to do the one that I did yesterday. So here's my croutons. I can click select, and it's going to load all of the documents for that PDF. So I'm going to say next, and then it's going to say, okay, what do you want to keep and what do you want to delete? So I don't want my students to have the answer key, so I'm going to delete the answer key from it. I don't want them to answer the long question. If I want to see what the page looks like, I can hit the little preview just so it'll get a little bit bigger. But I'm going to say, no, I don't want that either. I just want the story and then the two question types right here. I would then rename it something that it'll let you know this is the one that you want the students to have access to. So I'm just going to say a loaf of croutons, and maybe I'll put like ready for kids or something along those lines. You can have something shorter than just ready for kids. And then I'm just going to click export. and it's going to say, do you want to download the files? Do you want to open it in Kami, or do you want it to go straight to your Google Drive? I'm going to say open in Kami because I want to actually start putting the pre-made text boxes and things like that for the kiddos. So I'm just going to click continue and open in Kami, and it says rock on, open in Kami. So now it's going to upload, and you can see that my last page is just the 2 questions I want them to answer. The answer key's gone, the essay question page is gone, and now you can start editing this just for like information that you might want your students to have. So maybe I want to put a comment box right here, and I want it to say highlight one of each of these vocabulary words in the story. So they can so now they'll go, okay, I need to go to the highlighter, and they can highlight with all different kinds of colors. So if they wanted to highlight with red, I can see the word recipe here, and I could just, they'll be able to see that, oh, I just need to highlight that there. Then one of the things that I know, especially with littles, that is hard is trying to create the text box in a way that isn't all wonky. You can actually pre-make the text boxes before you put it as an external tool. So all I did was click on the text. You can make it different font sizes if you want. I'm just going to keep it at 14, and you can even make like the text different colors. I'm just going to keep it at black. So now I'm going to just click where I want it to begin. And as you see, we have a bar up here that popped open. So I'm just going to make it as wide as the actual box or the line itself. And I'm just going to put type here. And I don't want it just to be blank. So like you see how it just says type here. I want it to sort of have like a colored background. So it really brightens up the page and they go, oh, I need to click here. So if you look, there's this little A that has like a shaded background. Or no, we want the background color. Never mind. The background color is just the little paint bucket. If I click it, I can make the background purple, or I could make it blue, or I would do probably one of the lighter colors just so it's easier for them to be able to see. And now they'll go, oh, okay, I type here, and it's very easy to see. And then you just go down and you do the same thing, and you click type here. And then you can keep it the same color. You can do it a different color. I love color, so I personally would probably just have too much fun with making my own colors, making them all different kinds of colors to sort of keep their eyes moving around the page. And then you can, they can also, you know, do shapes as well. They can do a circle here and, you know, say move the circle wherever it needs to go. Sorry, I need to undo that. And then they can make circles and different things like that. Once I am finished, if I need to erase something, I can always go and erase anything that I've done. Once I am happy with the pre-setup of the page, there's many ways that you can preset it up. You can also put in, you know, little reminders like, hey, make sure you're paying attention to the main idea of the story, or like whatever you're really focusing on. If it's just colors or shapes or anything like that, you can also put that on the side here in comments and different elements like that. Does anybody have any questions about marking up the worksheet before I show you how to actually put it in your Canvas assignments now? Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Now remember, I don't expect you to memorize every single thing that I have said right now. I am going to send you this recording at the end of today, along with guides like I always do every single Tech Thursday, so that you can replay it, rewatch it. And so you can always reach out again and be like, Courtney, you talked way too fast and I did not understand a word you just said. Perfectly fine. I can always come and help as well. So now I'm going to show you how to take this right here that we just made, that we sort of front loaded is what I call it. We've made the worksheet easier for the students to use on their end. So I'm just going to go to my assignments tab in my course. So just pick the course that your kiddos are a part of. And I'm just going to click add assignment. Give it a title that you want it to have, so a loaf of croutons. You can put directions here if you would like. I will say that the more directions that you have, the easier your students and your parents will understand what the expectations are. And then for submission type, you're going to click external tool. So there's all different kinds of submission types, but we're just going to click external tool. We're going to click find, and then as I scroll, you'll see that it says Cami Google Drive assignment. I'm going to click on that. The very first time that you do this, it's going to ask for permission to use your Google Drive, to open it up. So I've, of course, already given it permission, and I'm just going to click on my recent PDFs, but you can even just type it in and find your PDF that you worked on. So I'm going to click on my recent one, and I'm going to click select. And so it's choosing that file from Cami, and then I hit select one more time. And I'm actually going to click load this tool in a new tab. The reason why is that it doesn't take them out of Canvas. It just opens it up in a full page for the students to be able to have access to, and it makes it to where it's easier for the students to write all over it. You give it a due date, you assign it to whoever you want to assign it to, and then if you're ready for your students to see it, you click save and publish. If you're not quite ready, you still have some tweaks you want to do, you can just click save. So I'm just going to click save and publish. And then what happens is the students will click on it and it'll have this little button that says load. And then this is what it looks like. The students have the exact same features that you do. And then what's awesome is in the upper right-hand corner over here in this area, they'll have a submit button, and they'll be able to submit it, and it'll go straight to your speed grader like it did at the beginning of this training that I showed you. A student had already submitted the assignment. So once they're finished, Asher Chitty turned this in, and it shows that he has marked on it, as well as he has done the true and false as well. And it just makes it a lot easier to grade. You don't have to take home that big, huge stack of worksheets that can be cumbersome, and students can't lose their worksheet on here. There's no more no names when it comes to worksheets either, because it automatically attaches to their profile on Canvas. And so it also makes it a lot easier for parents to be able to see what their students are turning in or not turning in for your class. So that's sort of the short and sweet version of it. I always love to be really respectful of your time when it comes to Tech Thursdays. I don't want to take up your whole entire plan time. So do you guys have any questions at all? I will unmute everyone, or if you can unmute yourself. But if you don't have any questions, or if you have questions about something else, I can always answer any questions that you have. But I want you to be able to, use the restroom, have a snack, enjoy the rest of your day kind of thing. But I am always here to help you if you have any questions at all. But if you're good to go, then I want you to have a beautiful day, and hopefully I will see you guys next week.
I guess we'll figure it out. Thank you, Courtney.